SABC. I've got Capitec CEO with me, Harry Fourie. Capitec has reported stellar results for the year ended February 2018. The headline earnings were up 18% at 4.5 billion rand. They claim to have registered 185,000 new clients in January alone, and they say that they're very much on track to achieving their client tally of 10 million very soon. So let's get on with it and have a chat with him. Thanks very much for joining us, sir.
Nice being here.
So 18% growth in earnings, a very good number, no means pedestrian. So what do you attribute to this performance?
Well, if I look at our results, I think you can divide it into two components. The one is on the banking side, where we've done extremely well. You've reported that we had a record number of clients in February, but I think to have 9.9 million clients, we should be by the end of this week be on 10 million. Yesterday afternoon we had 120,000 new, so we should be touch and go in March 10 million. I think that's a massive achievement. Then if I look at the other one, is our ability of our clients to adapt to self-service. If you look at 76% of our transactions that you can perform on self-service is now being performed on self-service. So the clients has really taken on the app, USSD and self-service devices in the branches. So that created capacity for us to better service our clients, and that's where our service awards is coming from. And then on the credit side, I think given the economy, given the political uncertainty last year, we said we will be conservative, and we have been conservative. I think very good credit results given the economy. And then we've done well with the credit card, built it up to 2 billion in book in 12 months. I think that's a big performance. And then on the credit side, we also said we will reduce pricing, and 30% of our clients are actually lending now at interest rates below 20%, and even as low as 12.9%. So I think overall we had a very good year.
You obviously have talked about the number of clients that you've managed to draw in, and you're focusing particularly now on your middle to higher income earners. What are you doing to lure those from traditional banks?
Well, I think we're not focusing on a particular market segment. We're saying Capitec business model is geared for 90% of South Africans, so it's only people that are looking for specialist banking that we're not catering for. But yes, we are focusing on the higher income levels, and I think if you're going to look at our credit offer, and especially on our fixed term savings side, the fact that we're offering a 5.1% interest rate from the start is very positive. A third of our clients are banking for free, so the interest income is more than a transactional income. We've paid out on interest about 3.4 billion this year, and then if you look at the way we price our products, it's very straightforward, very simplistic, no ad valorem fees, no percentages. What you see is what you get. So I think it's a very attractive offer.
You were recently in the wars with the short seller Viceroy. They made claims that you have a habit of consolidating loans to people who are unable to pay off their original loans. And of course, the Reserve Bank came to your defense. What lessons do you think you've learned from that particular episode, if there are any to be learned? And how can you assure South Africans out there that indeed there is no funny business going on at Capitec?
Well, I think the first thing is, if you're looking at the way we grant credit, we look at what we call BAS, so we look at the behavior of the client. So we look at his behavior outside, his behavior with ourselves, as well as his banking behavior. We look at his affordability. We look at his source for which employer is working, and we're scoring a client accordingly and grant credit on that basis. If you look at Viceroy, they've made certain allegations. The allegations is available on the media. We've answered every single one of those allegations in detail on Sense, so the public can go and look at it and analyse it. I think what Viceroy, if you say what they've learned us or what is the opportunities out of it, I think communicating to your staff, communicating to your clients, making certain that they fully understand your product. And then, you know, when you get allegations like that, you go and double check and triple check that you're doing everything according to what you think it's doing, and we've done that, and that's been reflected also by our auditors. So I think overall it was a good exercise for ourselves, and we'll continue communicating with our clients and our staff.
Now, you've made this announcement, as Sanlam had done before, that you're going to be partnering with them in the delivery of products like funeral insurance. Why the need to partner with one specific insurer? What are the benefits?
Well, I think if you look at we've always said insurance for us is very important as part of the full package for the client. And we said funeral is the first thing we will focus on. We can't do it on our own. We believe to focus on what we're doing well, and what we're doing well is we've got 10 million clients, we've got a distribution network, we've got a motivated staff force, and has got the selling abilities. They've got the underwriting capabilities and experience, so it's very good to partner. You see banks partnering with insurance companies across the world. So it's a very nice opportunity for us to actually partner with somebody like Sanlam and to look at the insurance industry in a completely different way. And I think if you're going to look at the way we've structured the product, if you look at the pricing, the benefits, it's going to be completely different.
And then here in South Africa, obviously, there's a concern around expropriation of land without compensation going forward. We know at the moment it's in review stage, and it's only in August that we'll know what's happening. Are there any concerns at Capitec, and to what extent do you guys have any exposure on your book to the agricultural sector?
No, from our side, as we all in unsecured lending, so we haven't got no exposure. Just coming back to the political side of it, I think there's a lot of positiveness coming out with our new president. And I think what is important for me is on the whole land situation, if they can just give clarity very quickly, because it is creating uncertainty. And then we've seen if there's clarity, then people are happy and they know what to expect and they can plan according to. And that's what I'm looking forward to. If I look at the year ahead, there's more economic stability. There's definitely more political stability, so we're positive of the future.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for your time, sir. That was Harry Fourie. He's the CEO of Capitec. Let's go straight back to Francis in studio.